afternoon, race fans. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Tyler White, here to bring you today's NASCAR updates. We're racing this week at NASCAR's biggest, baddest, and most competitive track, the Talladega Superspeedway in Sweet Home, Alabama, in a small town just outside of Birmingham. And we're going to get you ready for the racing in just a moment, but right now, let's take a look at our top stories. Juan Pablo Montoya will return to 2 NASCAR Sprint Cup races this summer. The Bogota, Colombia native will race at Michigan in June and again at the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis in July. He has 2 career Cup wins in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Sonoma in 2007 and at Watkins Glen in 2010. He's most notably famous for having car problems in the 2012 Daytona 500 and hitting the jet dryer, causing a huge fire in Turn 3. He went over to IndyCar Racing to go back full-time over there after it was announced that Kyle Larson will take his place in the number 42 Target Chevrolet. Now, it's good to see that Juan Pablo Montoya is going to come back and race a couple races in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and I think he'll be a heavily favorite to win the Brickyard 400 in July in Indianapolis because he's a 2000 Indy 500 champion. And also, he came very, very close to winning the 2009 Brickyard 400, but was caught speeding on pit road. He was very upset about that. He even threatened the officials, saying, "Thank you for screwing my day," and all that stuff. But I think he will be back, and he will win the Brickyard 400, or have a shot at winning it. I mean, we don't know who's going to win it just yet, but he'll have a shot at winning the Brickyard 400 in July when he comes back. And the New Hampshire Motor Speedway is planning on having a night race in 2015. Jerry Gappens has said that a recent survey shows that most people would support a night race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. However, he has to get it approved by both NASCAR and NBC, who will take over in the 2015 season. If so, they'll make works on doing it, and hopefully to get a sellout crowd for the night race. Now, I think this is a good call by New Hampshire Motor Speedway on adding a night race there at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I mean, first of all, NASCAR races, they're even bigger and better at night. One of the biggest races of the year are the night races. I mean, what night races are to NASCAR racing is what Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and Thursday Night Football are to the NFL. I mean, there are so many games a week during the NFL season, but the 3 most watched games on television are Sunday Night Football on NBC, Monday Night Football on ESPN, and Thursday Night Football, which will be on CBS this year. So, I think it's a good call by New Hampshire on talking to NASCAR. I think this is a change that both NASCAR will approve and also NBC will approve since they broadcast Sunday Night Football during the NFL season. So I think this is a great call, and I honestly think we're going to see a night race at New Hampshire, and I think we're going to even see some more night races at tracks that don't have lights. And I really think this is an event that'll work for NASCAR, for NBC, New Hampshire. I think it's going to be a sellout crowd there in New Hampshire for a night race next year. So I think that's going to be a change that NASCAR will approve. All right, let's get you ready for the racing weekend this week. And if you thought last year's Alabama versus Auburn game was intense, just wait until you see how intense the racing will be this week. And the racing weekend kicks off today with the NASCAR Nationwide Series Aaron's 312 on ESPN. Now, last year, we saw a photo finish, which involved Regan Smith as the winner as a wreck happened behind them coming to the checkered flag. Will we see the same thing today? We could. We may see the big one happen on the last lap. We may even see a last lap pass. This is Talladega. Anything can happen. And the same thing with tomorrow's NASCAR Sprint Cup race, the Aaron's 499 on Fox. Look at the stats. Joey Logano has a nationwide win back in 2012. Jeff Gordon, he's a 6-time winner at Talladega. He's our points leader. The guy in second in points, Matt Kenseth, he won the fall race at Talladega back in 2012. Jimmy Johnson, Mr. 6-time, he's a 2-time winner at Talladega. And the Daytona 500 champion, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's a 5-time winner at Talladega. And his dad is a 10-time winner at Talladega. But you can't use those stats to predict the winner. Come on, this is Talladega. Racing at Talladega is as unpredictable as the weather here in Arkansas. So anything can happen at Talladega. There will be the big one, that's guaranteed. It could happen just as soon as the green flag drops, or it could happen coming to the checkered flag. Just remember, it's Talladega. Anything can happen. Anything will happen. And honestly, I think we could be in for the greatest race of the year tomorrow. So, hold on. Our most memorable moment, 2010. 88 lead changes, which is the most lead changes in NASCAR history. Also making it the most competitive NASCAR race in history. But in the end, Kevin Harvick edged out Jamie McMurray coming to the checkered flag by a few seconds to win the race. One of the greatest finishes in Talladega history. And I'll tell you, I was really amazed at that race. I'm like, wow, look at these. I think the drivers battled even more harder in that race than any other race before. I mean, 88 lead changes. That meant almost every driver wanted to lead the race. And I think that's a record that will not be broken. And I look at this race equivalent to, let's say, a football game. One team scores touchdown, then after that the other team scores, and then it goes on one team, then the other team, one team, then the other team, one team, and then the other team. And then it all comes down to the last second of the game, and the kicker kicks the field goal, goes through the uprights, and then they win the game. That is what that race was like. And I don't think there's going to be more than 88 lead changes. I think that's already there. That's a record that will not be broken. I'll tell you what, Talladega, it's nerve-wracking on the drivers, but it's fun for the fans to watch, and it's even more fun for the announcers on television to call. So I think we're in for great racing both today and tomorrow. Now here's what I would like to see Talladega do. I know it's going to cost a lot of money. It's probably going to take a lot of work, but I think it's doable. I think they should install lights at Talladega and put both the spring race and the fall race at night. During spring race weekend, have the nationwide race Friday night, the cup race Saturday night. And then fall race weekend, truck race Friday night, cup race Saturday night. I mean, it'll be just as exciting to watch as it is in the daytime, but I think more fans would come to Talladega if the race was at night. I think it'd be a sellout crowd. I mean, they packed Bryant-Denny Stadium to watch Alabama play at night. They packed Jordan-Hare Stadium to watch Auburn play at night. Just imagine how many people will pack Talladega to watch NASCAR racing at night. That'd be a lot of people. That'd be a sellout crowd. That'd be more people at Bryant-Denny Stadium or Jordan-Hare Stadium. I mean, I would really be interested in watching a night race at Talladega. That would be perhaps the best racing we've seen all year. All right, let's take a look at the weather forecast for this weekend's racing events. It's coming to you from Fox 6 in Birmingham. For today's NASCAR Nationwide Series race, a beautiful American day. Lots of sunshine and a high of 77. And for tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today, but nonetheless, a beautiful American day. Lots of sunshine and a high of 86. So just beautiful weather to watch these stars race. And I tell you, I think we're in for some action this weekend. So just stay tuned. All right, that is our show today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler White. We're going to be back here on Monday to recap the racing weekend. Plus, we'll take a look at the point standings, and if there are any new developments in NASCAR, we'll be here to let you know about them. Until then, this is Tyler White reminding you, for you to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Have a great day, everybody.